Just got to the University of Arizona. It's gorgeous. We're about to do a tour. So let's head on in.
So Campus Health, this is this huge building. This is basically like our on-campus doctor's office. We have every type of doctor here except for an emergency department, which is a licensed environmental care health center.
School for my job wants me to, because I've kind of like
All right, meet our beautiful and awesome tour guide, Olivia. This is actually her last tour that she is giving because she's graduating soon.
Yeah, so we have over 800 clubs on campus, and I know in the Eller College we also have 200 just on our own. So there's a lot of opportunities for students to get involved and definitely find like their niche in their corner of campus where they feel like they really can fit in and bond with students and find students of the same like work ethic and the same mindsets and everything like that. So I think just the amount of opportunities that we have for our students to be successful is really what sets us apart.
I'll be honest, it wasn't my first choice, but now that I think back to it, I really like the U of A because it was different from being in California, a very different environment, and people from where I'm from. I liked it because I got to experience things I wouldn't have experienced in somewhere like in California, just being back at home in a small town. So it made me open up and, I got to experience and meet my friends.
So I'm originally from Phoenix, so Tucson is a little far away from home, but not too far. My mom would rant and rave about how it's like one of the #1 public universities in the United States, and I'm like, that's cool. But mostly I just really like the campus, the layout of it. It's like big, but not too big, and so when I came in as a freshman, it was like you had enough places to wander around, but not enough places to get lost. But otherwise, I think just the staff and like the students are very welcoming overall. It's just been a great experience.
So this is wild because I'm like so far away from home. I have learning disabilities, and the U of A has one of the best programs to help with kids inside and outside the classrooms. We have the largest disability resource center in the country, which helps kids inside the classroom, and we have one of the first of its program, basically called the SALT Center. It helps kids outside the classroom with tutoring and extra support that they need. So
I just wanted to stay here for my dog because she was old. So I wanted to be here when she died.
Okay, so honestly, I wanted to go someplace where it's more sunny because in the Netherlands it's basically more rainy and cold and stuff. So that was a big decision, and I just really like to be in the States for a little bit to see how college life here is.
Yeah. And I was seeing Megan before, and I was like, wow, it's so hot. And we were saying how this actually really nice weather. It's actually a lot cooler than it was in Phoenix because Phoenix was really hot. It's at least windy here.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually switched my major my last semester of my freshman year. I was originally a pre-nursing major, and I was really great at chemistry. I tutored it for 3 semesters, and I loved it. Then I was taking my classes like my physio, my biology, and I just wasn't loving it, and I knew this wasn't something that I would want to do for a job after graduation.
Yeah.
But thankfully I was working towards my business minor at the time, and just a bit like just meeting advisors and having them be so just like helpful and being like, it's okay, everyone's like, it's more people switch their major than you think, you can do it, and just having them be super like helpful and just being able to help me get over that hump.
I should have anticipated more, but I already knew. Back, I guess, when I was first, the lack of diversity that used to be, especially with like as an Asian American, it was really hard to find a group of people. But I did find the Asian American Student Association here. But I think that was one of the challenges, just the sometimes lack of diversity and lack of knowledge people have. of different cultures.
I think the biggest challenge is just finding your place. There's a lot of opportunities and a lot of options, and so when you first come, it's all sort of thrown at you. And by the end of it, you're like, dang, I could have done a lot more, but you're just kind of like taking it all in as it is. So yeah, I think having a little more guidance would have been nice, but
Yeah.
it was still fun.
Being far away from family, they're my main support system, and also like kind of like a silver lining is like not having a car, which like it's cool because you can't like drive around the city, but like it's also like interesting because you can just walk everywhere and like, explore the city within a walking distance. So it makes your kind of the place where you go to school like very small. So I mean that's kind of interesting, but yeah, I would say probably not having a car was very, very tough because I was very used to that and fortunate to have that in high school last year.
I think the way most people dress. Honestly, maybe that sounds like a stupid point, but here everybody dresses in sports clothes, pajamas, stuff like that. In the Netherlands, no way, because we don't live on campus, we live in the city. So
Yeah.
you don't, yeah.
And also, the Netherlands is a lot colder, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like we don't go out in tops and shorts. Maybe in like summer.
Yeah.
But no way during the semester.
For sure.
Especially now, it always gets hot out. I'm wearing a jacket. I'm not that smart, but it gets hot very quickly. The winter time is pretty nice though.
Just get involved in whatever you're passionate about. Just give it a try, even if you don't know if you'll like it or anything like that. Just get involved, go to a meeting for a club, meet other students, and just put yourself out there.
Love it. Thank you. And you're
course.
doing just that. So look, she's already getting a full-time job right after college. So congrats.
What helped us? I think a cheat sheet is like once you've made that friend group, like your college year, like freshman year or whatever, that's gonna be your friend group. I think you're gonna have for a while.
For a while.
Because we met each other our freshman year,
And we're still.
friends, and I made friends. I like throughout the 4 years and around the same time my freshman year, but the first ones I've ever met was like her, and we're still friends still now. So I think once you find that group, I think stick to that group, and then understanding that friends come and go.
Apart from the social aspect, I think for academics, a lot of people say this, and I know it's very daunting, and I didn't do it because I was scared, but talk to your professors, especially
Yes.
if you like the class, talk to your professor. Even if you're scared, it does not matter because they're very understanding, and you may feel like you're tripping over your words or you're not saying the right things, but the more you go back to that professor, even if they don't necessarily like you at first, eventually like building that relationship is so worth it because in the end like they're going to give you so much more advice than you thought you would need and more information that like you would never know about without talking to
They'll
someone.
also give you more genuine letters of recommendation. They'll actually give you better advice, more personal advice if you need any, and they'll just help you. You can put them as letter of recs for like jobs,
That's
and
huge.
they'll actually be willing to do it because you built that
Repertoire. Yeah, and then also like if the subject interests you, talking to them will make you realize if you actually like it or if it's just like, oh, this is new.
I would say get involved. I found my community kind of later in college when I was a sophomore. But get involved with not just like things like Greek life, but also like things that interest you. Like I do Model UN here, and I also like am very involved with like my community of like kids who also have learning disabilities. So like get involved with something that like you kind of can find your own identity in. But also go to class. I did not go to class like my first 2 years, and it shows like I have to work my butt off now to kind of get good grades. So yeah.
I would say look on YouTube. There are a lot of good videos. Look on Google and just try and do your research and see if it fits.
Yeah, so this will also be on YouTube. So
Great.
able to find
Oh,
this.
that's good. That's
I
great.
visited NAU over spring break just to visit some friends up there, and theirs is very different. Ours is definitely nicer. U of A is definitely nicer because NAU is very car centric. It has roads everywhere, but yeah, it's a nice school. You have a big grass field over there. You get to do stuff. And, I don't know, a lot of buildings. You get to meet some cool professors. The engineering professors are badasses, let me tell you that.